in love. Glory from above, regard dear. It's all downhill from here. Real life, remember how it was. I'm King, Michael Jackson, all this shit. Say what up to Randy, the shoe. Say what up to Danny. Say what up to life and mortality. Running up my bikes, running up. Not for me, nicotine, still in granny six. Give me something sweet, bitch, I might like immortality. This is life, life, immortality.
This is my first time writing a video script. The first time I'm creating a video of this concept. And the first time I will be this honest and truthful on the internet. The first time speaking to an audience on this channel, and the first time I've fully resonated with a game. To touch on that last point, this game is about the exploration of the unknown and capturing memories before a catalysm washes them away. The game starts with us preparing to leave home, and just before that, asking the question I ask you.
Who are you? I don't know, but I'm writing to you anyway. Where are you? How far in the future? Where'd you find my journal? If there are still voices singing and laughing in the wilderness, I could record them before they're gone. I also thought of my dad, who always wanted to see the outside world but never did. So, I asked if I could leave. The elder had one condition for letting me go: that I take what I collect to the museum vault, a palace of art and memory at the edge of the earth. She says it's the only place safe from the turmoil of a changing season. I hope that's where you're reading this now. I can't stop the change that is coming, but this time on Earth could live on in these pages. What it looks like, sounds like, how it feels to be alive right now. I'm writing to you at the crack of dawn on the morning I leave home. I can smell breakfast cooking in the other room, and I can hear my mom's voice.
I wonder who is watching this video, in what year, and what place. I presume it is myself in a few years, alongside those I wish to show my past. You may be an acquaintance, or an old friend who I don't speak to anymore, or just someone who has never met me. I stumbled upon this game due to my brother saying I looked like the protagonist, for me to point out that they were indeed a woman. Regardless of this notion, the main character, Estelle, did resemble my youth. And eerily enough, we shared the same hobbies and intent. We both use a camera, draw, and record. We both made a journal of our experiences and years.
The last moment in this little house. There used to be 3 of us here. My mom and dad and me. Soon it will be just her. Her and all these memories. But in this moment, everything is the same as ever. Until I shift my weight. The floorboards creak. Mom hears it and turns to me.
So what did you end up choosing? Okay, feel the paper. I remember your dad sitting a long time while you did this portrait of him. But you spent most of the time erasing, getting it down to fewer and fewer details. He's been gone for years now, and yet when I look at these lines, I remember what he was like around the house. The way he moved, danced, and laughed. You really captured him, his way of being, his soul. What is a force in the world that makes everything go away? How could a few lines on a scrap of paper resist it? For how long? You were so young when you learned that the love in our lives is not constant. People are never replaced. They just go. We're standing here. You're having a last taste of home. Now you're protected by lost memories. A gem of home around your neck. This is my only condition for letting you go. You must promise me never to take the pendant off. And never tamper with it. Okay? Then I'm okay with you leaving. I think your camera and bag are still in your room. It's time to gather them up.
I hit the JoJo pose. I knew this game was about memories and storing that and such, and after hearing our mother say lost memories, my curiosity into this game was piqued. The reason I had made half a decade of digital memories was due to an incident in my youth which caused me to lose an unknown amount of memories. The trigger and obsessiveness to keep the future memories safe by having them etched into history. After 5 years, I can say it no longer keeps me obsessive over remembering it all.
I've lost so much. How could the world ask me to lose you too? Look at us. There we are. There we were. We'll always be right here on this beautiful morning.
Last night, my friends wrote down their hopes for my trip and tied them to the branches of this tree. A village that was created as a place to heal. Is that where my instinct to try to help comes from? It's so strange to imagine I'll be shaped by places and people I haven't met yet. So strange to imagine that I might feel at home somewhere else. Smells like an old man's toes dipped in cinnamon.
Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay. How to leave home for my daughter. Find a sacred square of earth. Lay down so you have the dirt at your back. Close your eyes. Everything. Do you see for yourself? You see for the dead, for the unborn. Do you listen for yourself? You listen for the dead, for the unborn. Your ancestors are in that dirt. All the living and all the dead are holding you up. Now, stand. They're still there, aren't they? It's time to move, to entangle yourself everywhere with everyone. So the next time you lay down in the dirt, you will have so much more to tell them.
I leave home to create new memories from new experiences. Season, a letter to the future, and a video to the future. You will quickly come to learn that my favourite part of this game is completing a journal page and receiving new stamps and insights to decorate that page with. I liked how each page of each player would be different and wanted to make a journal that had the ability to express my personality or creative gaze.
My first time petting an animal. I think it went pretty well. That time it felt off. I guess I had beginner's luck before? Okay, now I got it back. I'm in control. I can easily pet certain four-legged animals. I cycled through landscapes, seeing them for the first and last time. I had no idea when I left my home how the season would end, or more importantly, how soon.
I quickly found myself playing this game, choosing decisions how I would in real life, after realising my vast interest and connection to the game. Normally I would choose the most interesting options and outcomes in choice games.
In the empty places, I found companionship in the tapes I recorded before leaving home. The elder told me the story of her life.
But there was a village high in the mountains. He thought it was high enough he'd have a better chance at treatment. Lower places are more dangerous. Valleys are the worst. He invited me to join them in going to the village, but I wanted to go back and get my parents and bring them with me. I packed my things and got ready to leave the next morning. That night, my mom came to me in a dream. She was standing in a field of flowers. I'd grown since I last saw her. We were the same height. She pressed a finger hard into my palm. She taught me well. I knew the meaning of the gesture. I knew no matter what I did, I'd never see my parents again. In the morning, I told Dr. Fumio I would follow him to Karo village. The next few weeks were very physically tiring, hiking, climbing. And when we found the village, building, planting, cleaning, Fumio brought sick people from all over the world, and they got better. The treatments worked. Everyone was healing. So why couldn't I?
I abruptly made it to Tiang Valley and didn't record any of the journey to get here.
To pet. I wonder who named you that. You are a cow and you are named Kresnahorkai.
I wish cows were this friendly. I had 2 interactions with cows in my life, one being inebriated in a random field of England trying to rest with them, and another being chased by cows with 2 friends learning after the frequency of cow
A
crushing
beautiful
deaths.
cow named Gorp. The name of this cow is TVC15, oh my. If the greyhounds are changing their name, you'd know them as something else. The info sign earlier said they are dangerous in large numbers. I have a pendant though. These slips are prayers to this god for forgetting things. People prayed here. Who did they pray to?
I wasn't sure what to do here, as I couldn't interact with the prayer option, which led me to not completing the journal page. I left the area dissatisfied. Shortly after, I found an abandoned area by the organization attempting to destroy the valley in hope of fighting the season that is to come. While doing so, I came across a tape that had some found footage with a disturbing ending.
And we breathe out. Good morning. Welcome. Congratulations. You have just stepped into a new season. You may feel as if you're seeing the world for the first time. You may have noticed that colors are more vibrant. You may have noticed that food tastes better. What you are feeling right now is how it feels to be liberated from the past. There once was a season that was beautiful, but everyone you met, their eyes were clouded, and their necks were turned backwards. They were weighed down by loss, haunted by the nightmares of another era. Now you may feel as if a great weight has been lifted. In certain cases, you may feel an unexpendable well of energy rising up inside you, because you know there is so much to do, that the world is ours, and it can be anything we want. With your help, we're going to do it right this time. You won't be alone. There will always be a hand and a voice beside you. There will always be a song to sing.
Tear down the ruin in your mind, the wound you kept inside, can you let it go? Share now the season in your eyes, the people that you'll find will forget what's yours and mine. In the mind, the wound you kept inside, can you let it go? Share now the season in your eyes, the people that you'll find will forget what's yours and mine in the world to come.
What if, on the other side of all our fears, is a better world? Or a worse one? What if it depends on what we do right now?
I didn't like hearing that song. It was uncanny, and I sat there uncomfortably afterwards.
Day 0 will be the day between one season and the next. It will be the moment everything changes. They believe this will create a better season, that it will heal us.
I ventured further into the valley, soon to listen to a recording of our friend that is to come up. From the interaction of the game, I feel so self-aware after seeing genuine emotion in conversation and the honesty to be oneself. It reminds me of the Chronicle Online era I'm currently in, one where emotions are called cringe. I think about this a lot, and often I'm glad that outside of the online area, people are much more normal, nicer, and better people. The emotional maturity brought to this game is refreshing and displayed greatly in my favourite character of the game, Kochi, the only kid in the game as well. Perhaps it's a lack of insight from myself or the environment that this child grew up in to allow the expression.
Sure. I thought I'd wake up with an idea for a new shape or color. Everybody would love my new shape or color. But instead, my brain gave me a dream which made people afraid. Which is making you leave. The dream scared me, but also made me glad to be alive. I am happy to keep living. I don't mind. The elder said it means the season is ending soon. I want to tell you the dream now. Let's shut our eyes and lay on the roof. We are already on the roof. That's good. I'll speak the dream out loud and you imagine it. You can close your eyes now. I'll tell you when to open them.
I would also like for you to close your eyes and imagine the following scene.
I am in the forest. The sun is bright. My stomach rumbles. I'm hungry. I look for something to eat. There are fruit trees lining the path. I look for one to pick, to eat. I climb up one of the trees and reach out to grab a shining red apple. I blink, and suddenly the apple is rotten. It looks like it's full of spiders. I blink again, and now the apple is just a baby apple. Not ripe or rotten. I lose my balance and fall onto the ground. The apple changes colors. Some are eaten, some disappear. I hear a voice. Someone is there with me. I try to recognize who they are, but their face keeps changing. They're kind of everyone. I tell them I'm hungry. I want what the earth is trying to give me. They say, these aren't apples. They're memories. The apple I've ever seen. There's something wrong with my eyes. And there's something wrong with the soil. They say I need to look into the sun to clear out my vision. They say we're going to look together, and that when we do, they'll melt away. They want to. Then behind them I see you, watching from the shadows. You've been taking notes on everything. This makes me feel better. I turn my head and I let the light in. I lose track of everything. When I get my senses back, I find myself holding a round, red fruit in my hand. I don't know what it is, but I take a bite, and it's the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Then I woke up. You can open your eyes now. I was seeing old apples, new apples, everything. I couldn't see the right now part of everything. I had to forget a little. You were there, but you were separate. Whatever happens to us, we need you to keep an eye out. Somebody has to stay normal. Somebody has to not look into the sun. I feel like everything is happening the way it should, but I still wish none of it would happen at all. I wish my dream didn't mean anything. I wish we had wasted more time together. I'd like that very much. We'll go down this roof and you'll keep going down and down, down into the heart of the world. Thank you for listening to my dream.
I chose what I wanted to do in the moment, and not to be philosophical, given my friend's clarity and understanding of his reality, and the serene understanding of it to accept and move with the pace of the world.
Pop like a bubble, and everything that makes you yourself will come pouring, and the earth will devour it eagerly, the way wind fills a vacuum. They might be incredibly valuable to a scientist on the other side of the world. I don't know. I also hate them. I get you're a curious soul, but I forbid you from using them. I don't care, but he did. He gave his life trying to understand this world. I can't keep these tools, and I can't throw them away. There's even more of them, bigger ones, out at his work shed. Okay, I'm gonna turn away now. I want you to take them or throw them away. I don't want to know. All right, this is it. Oh. I killed him.
she says after a maniacal laugh. I like the concept that the tradition was broken with leaving.
What an awful tradition. Kochi, do you still want to take a final tour of the valley? Let's get those wheels back where they belong. I know what I'll carry with me. It's something I couldn't leave behind if I tried. It couldn't be crushed like the demon. It's too many layers deep. I'll carry the part of me that's gone. But there's so much life left that flowers grow along its edges. Something like that.
Let's go.
I then go exploring the place with my tour guide, Kochi. He was fast as fuck on that bike, but I quickly left Kochi, wanted to experience the rest of the valley with my own opinion on the front. I went to visit the artist in the woods and saved the tour for the end.
Every artist dreams of their work hanging on its walls. Oh my God. You'll try to go there? It's so far. It'll drain your life away trying to reach it. That is undeniably true. Your journal might end up in the vault. Which means that would redeem everything. Every wasted hour. When a dream crawls back out of your throat, it hurts. But I can do better than those little statues. I can, if you help me. This art will memorialize Cheng Valley, and we'll finish it together. Cheng Valley has many themes, characters, Take a look through this junk, and we'll pick one of those faces. A face to show Cheng Valley to the unborn children. You do that while I make some tea.
My initial thoughts were that the house of the artist looked like Uncle Stan's from Gravity Falls. In my head, I connect her voice to a smoker's due to the rasp as well. I state this for the story later.
A face worn with the strain of creation. She is compelled to create, like how I feel compelled to document this season. This instrument is so beat up, but lovingly preserved. It must have played some important tunes.
You've brought me Manchez's violin. He was a wonderful singer. We were so proud he came from Chiang Valley. He collected stories, games, and songs and spread them across the world. You remind me of him. He had the most beautiful smile. That is what the world is missing now. Charisma. Oh, he had it. One look from him would bring you into the conspiracy we call life. The feeling in the air when he sang, the energy. Like anything could happen as long as it was beautiful. Do you want this to be our theme? Very good. And the tea is ready. In the past, I tried to control everything. My work was dead. This time, let's follow our intuition, gather some pieces, and see what happens. What magic might be hiding in this day, which will pass and never return?
My options were between a gun, to make the topic about war, a violin about mass culture, and a group of speakers, which I didn't bother selecting to know the topic it provided. I chose the violin, as the two options resonated closely with me. I've played music since my youth, starting with the drums and then learning the piano for a decade now. Now I make digital music under the genre of breakcore, and I've been doing so for almost a year. And culture as well is a very big thing for me with my background and experience. I pride myself on it. I had a lot of fun making that edit. Gymnopédie was the first classical piece I learned when I was around 14 in year 7 or 8. I don't play the piano as much anymore, but I'll always remember how to play this piece.
This tea is good for the throat. It makes me want to sing.
We go up the hill with our tea, and she wishes to sing. I had an unnecessary thought before about her voice and wasn't sure what to expect.
Chubaleni hu sanota. Chubaleni hu sabe. Chubaleni hu sanota. Krimosanahi.
I was taken aback and I really enjoyed the song. I should also mention that when the opportunity to close my eyes were given, I would do the same in real life.
Pleminu sa kanora pleminuno sa petu eminuno ka serota manano mase dudua ui anota dudua uni ano dudua uni anota enimunahi luluwa temano titi luluwa temano te lulumane wano titi peka meha. That was it. That was Ching Valley. I thought we would capture Ching Valley in a piece of art, but we captured it in a moment instead. A moment can never hang on the wall of a museum, but you will still carry it with you. You were the co-author of this moment. I would never have found it without you.
The moment came to an abrupt end as the sirens for the end of the season started to play. The moment still happened and Tiang Valley was captured for just me to bring into the new season.
I'm saying goodbye to everything, and you're saying hello. Mom says the valley is going to sleep. She asked me what I wanted to do before we leave. I said I wanted to touch the blue part of the water. And she left. She left because I have so many ideas. And I need her to tell me which ones to remember tomorrow. And I flicked it into the water. And I said, flow, 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 until it didn't sound like a word anymore. It made her feel better. Now I say it. I say it when everything is moving, but we don't want to move. Come on. Let's go.
With solemn references to the war. It never reached our village, but it touched the lives of our grandparents. What happened here in the valley, and how did it end?
His name is Freckles. I asked him how he ended up sleeping here. Freckles said they were in the valley because they were so hungry. And then there was light everywhere, and they fell asleep forever. They should be old men now. But they couldn't get older if they tried. One time, I saw the monk out here cleaning them. It was so funny. He looked like he hated doing it. I'm not supposed to touch the soldiers, but I let Freckles borrow my pig. I need it back now. Let's go.
The scale of the old world grew beyond human proportion, maybe beyond human feeling. The parking lot will never die. Do their friends and family know what happened to them?
Despite not being here anymore, or under an eternal sleep, this was still their possession. I didn't feel right taking it.
I've seen pictures of cars before. They were common in the golden season. This car seems to be named Honk Honk.
He left off, but they're fast. They're doing everything fast, I think.
Everyone's here. She's really going to do it. How can she be sure?
The shrine is protected.
How does she know?
Sonia knows.
How can she be sure? She can't know for sure. This has never happened before, has it? I don't want this. We need to leave. Let's just run.
Wait. Do you hear that?
Oh, God.
We're going to be okay.
It won't be over soon.
Who is Sonia? What did she do to protect the people of the valley?
At first I thought the memories were aware and speaking about me. I then understood this was in a previous season when it was coming to an end.
A symbol and a name. The Void. These stones must represent the three gods of the valley. Their names seem important. The Void sounds ominous.
I made progress with my journal about the three gods after frustration of an incomplete journal. After reaching the monk's path, I felt it was correct to go back and visit the three gods after the new information I had obtained.
They placed this god at a distance, but wanted to keep an eye on them too. That didn't seem to work. Tide.
I prayed to see you again. I didn't expect it would be in a dream. Life listens and then it does what it wants. We have to make do, darling. I've been thinking about how much the season needs you, and how the season after that will need you desperately. I wish I could help, but this is a brief dream. What can we say? Oh, what did you... Okay, I will. We all will. When I wake up, I'll tell everyone. We'll make as many pendants as we can. I don't know if you will, but I know I will see you again. For so long, I'll think it'll never happen. I'll almost make peace with having lost you to the world. But then, all the work of my grief undone in a moment, when I saw you again. Oh, I wept and I laughed. Someday you'll have a child of your own. Someday he'll want to see the village where his mom was born. And I'll be here, waiting for him. We'll stand together, just like this. I have 1,000,000 questions for him. And he'll have 1,000,000 questions for me. But before we can say a word, I'll look into his eyes. And I'll see you looking back at me. Take care, my darling. It's time to wake up now.
This god put me to sleep. I got to talk to my mom. Sleep is the shadow life that connects us all. It gives a cycle to our days, a reset, a reflection, remembering and forgetting at the same time.
I was correct. I could now pray upon saying the correct name of the god. The words my mother gave to me were very nice to listen to. It was an unexpected reassurance for the both of us. After completing the first god, confirming I can now interact with them, I set off to the next two.
Void. I prayed to the god of forgetting. I prayed to the void to take a memory from me. There was a moment of hesitation between my pendant and the god. Did I really want this? If I did, my pendant would allow it. This god is not to be played around with. Our memories define us. I thought of my mom, who lost so much to protect me.
My words gave me clarity on the situation, and understanding that I would choose security over curiosity in real life, I did the same. I visited a grave on my way to the last god with someone's memories and found serenity in his words.
I've always prayed when I needed something. But now I just want to thank you. The calm you brought over the world. I'm in love with this silence. This moment. We're going to live. And we're going to remember.
I can hear the relief in their voice. This must be after the end of the season of war. I knew once I went into the shrine, my time to explore the valley was over.
I journeyed to the monk's path, and it seemed I'd almost completed my journey of Tiang Valley. Wanting to visit the Vinyl Garden and complete my tour with Kochi, I stayed a little while longer.
I wanted to see the water come up from here. To see it crash. I thought the flood would clean everything. But Mom said a flood is dirty. That makes no sense. I asked if we could stay and watch, but Mom said we need to get a ride to the city. That's our house. You're good. Come on.
Then it was my first time being in a car as it was being cleaned. Moving through a tunnel, like being in the mouth of a whale. The prayer gave me a memory that isn't mine. But it feels like mine now. It seems like it came from the golden season.
I had no thoughts on the experience just given to me.
Those slips are prayers to this god for memories? I've been given so many memories here. I hope I'm able to pass them on through this journal.
Mom wasn't there when he passed away. I was there. Dad had his eyes closed, but he was making a face, like he could see something. So I asked him what he was looking at. He said he was looking at me, and I was all grown up. He saw me climbing up a hill in the sun. Then he said his memories were falling to the soil, and he had to go with them. He didn't want to go, but he had to. He squeezed my hand, and it hurt, but I didn't mind. Can we wait here a while? Just to see if something will happen?
I met a boy who lost his father. It's something I don't talk about much, but I did to him. I've been recording everything for you, but this feels private. I'm not sure if I want to share this with the future.
After my years of recording and keeping the moment and learning from this, it was obvious to say that a lot of moments should just be kept in that time. I did think that keeping it private would mean that I myself would not get to listen to that, and was content with thinking that.
You're you're still here. The tour's over. That's your prize, okay? I have to go home now. I'll see you someday later today.
And with that, the tour came to an end, and I had a new page of Kochi to complete.
Kochi collected objects around the valley and laid them to rest at his father's grave. I've collected memories. Where will they be laid to rest? The museum vault?
I wasn't sure what to expect, but I thought this would be the end of the game, and was ready to leave my time in the valley behind.
In the heart of the shrine, the void sits alone.
Upon entering the shrine, I find a central fountain statue and a wannabe monk.
It has wheels, but it looks like a house.
Who are you? What are you doing here? I hope this isn't your first day on the job. There isn't much season left to record. What's that? Around your neck? That's a pendant. You're wearing a pendant. My God, I've read about those. A pendant, a burner, 5 memories, 1 for each sense. Who did you make the pendant with? And who lost the memories, you or her? I see. And what was something you burned? Huh. Interesting ritual. Similar to what we do here, but different. Yeah, why do I? Your mind will make it into the next season intact. You're protected by 5 senses, 5 lost memories. What about everyone else? You ever think about that? Well, I don't need one. I'll be right here until the flood takes me. I told you I read about them. Look at you, protected. The rest of the world is not so lucky. Me, the people you've met on your way here, nobody else is protected. You think everyone makes it into a new season intact? Tell that to the boys face down in the parking lot. You know things are about to change. I can tell. To protect a group instead of one person. You're welcome to try. My memories are all over the shrine. You can have them, destroy them, whatever you want. Asking an old monk to invent a new ritual. Let me die in peace. That fruit is an acquired taste, but go ahead, try it. Do you like the taste? It takes time. I remember long ago when I was a beautiful human being, sneaking into the orchards with another boy before we knew what was romantic and what wasn't. Stealing those fruits, pretending to love the taste. Pretending to love the taste and pretending not to love each other. Both of us pretending, smiling and laughing until it became true. Oh, it's so good. He was a tourist, that boy. Left me heartbroken like so many others. Do I love the taste of the fruit now? I don't know. Do I love being alive? What choice do I have? I remember seeing lights like these in the forest one night. It was Manches, the famous singer. The only time I ever got to see him sing, but my eyes were on the crowd. Seeing their faces in electric light, the joy of it. I grew up in a time when we thought our lives could be connected by electricity. How could we hate each other when we all loved the same person? The brief, beautiful delusion that the world was knitting itself together. He dies, the war starts, a season ends. Did I tell you already? Hope is the most painful thing in the world. Five memories, 5 senses. My name is Easel. I was the last monk of Tiang Valley. I never finished my exams to be a monk, but I'm the only one left. I took becoming a monk for granted because I grew up around them. If you're including a ruin like me, you must be serious about recording this season. What will you write about me? That's true, but I was once a scared little boy. I was orphaned by the war. The monks found me on the coast, wandering alone, shell-shocked. Sonia, the head monk, took care of me. I saw things I shouldn't have. She helped me erase those memories. If I had any memories of my family, I lost them too. But at least I didn't wake up screaming anymore. I was so afraid of accidentally calling her Mom. She was the head monk. Even before she ended the war, Sonia was an imposing figure. I slept, I forgot, and I grew. The soldiers came to the valley. Sonia hated the war for taking my family like it took so many others. The most powerful prayers are always made out of desperation. She figured out how to amplify our sleep prayer. A prayer that could end a season. No one had ever done anything like that. She sent me to the coast to turn on the light posts, to signal that the season would end soon. I used to go to the light posts alone, just to dream about another season. To dream about being born in another season, to die in another season. To imagine a life where I wasn't afraid to have hope. I'd like you to have one of these photos, to carry it with you to wherever you're going. These lights out on the coast, it's a solemn task to turn them on. And it's not too late. They've shut off the power. Won't be long now. Imagine the waves rolling in here. The water so deep that light won't reach us. I should pray one last time. We should both pray right now. Your pendant, the sacrifice your mother made to keep you safe. It might be possible to pass on this blessing, to divide its power among the people you've met on your journey, to shepherd them into the next season. For a truly strong player, we would need to use up the power of your pendant. I'm not sure it would work. It's never been done before. But I know it would weaken your pendant. In that case, nobody would be protected. Before you light the candle, I want you to think hard about if you want to do this. Do you want to pass on this blessing and leave yourself vulnerable? Or will you continue your role as a vessel of memory?
I promised her I wouldn't do anything to my pendant. That was why she let me go. She told me I had to remember everything. That it was my role. I need to be sure someone will remember this season. There needs to be at least one witness. Someone to carry this season into the future. That is what I set out to do. They were kind to me. They're already losing so much. Slowly, painfully, but still. They are moving on.
But there was a possibility I would be fine, and I could save the people I had grown so fond of. I wasn't sure. I sit there and play devil's advocate and hear my own thoughts of reasoning within my own mind. I think about me being in this position in real life and my mother's words, and if she had made me promise the same thing. I had fear for my own long-roaded future ahead, and uncertainty about a season that I had never experienced. My mother's words and own thoughts led me to my decision.
I feel the choice, don't speak it aloud, no need. It puts my mind at ease knowing you will be safe. You'll witness much more across seasons. We will leave it to the gods.
The monk understood my decision, and I was led to believe that the people of Tiang Valley would also understand my decision. I decided to take the last prayer of Tiang Valley upon myself, for no particular reason.
We sink these words into the fragile earth to accompany lost souls. Listen to the record of our lives spinning and the old woman tapping her foot to the music. Taste the fruit we stole from the orchard and pretend to love the taste until you truly do. Feel the fabric of a lost doll. Smell the incense of an old evening sun. The caretaker prayer, the scent of the woods and the wedding tree. Turn your eyes to the color. The faces in the crowd are the faces of your children. We offer this prayer on behalf of our companions. Let them find themselves with senses warm and ready.
for the life of the season to come. I put this moment here.
I do like the options given to me, as they don't change the outcome. Just if they will be etched into history through my journal, or if they are moments only to be remembered by me.
We've done all we can. I need to take you out of this place. It can't end here. Let's go.
The people of Tiang Valley, who I had grown close to, prepare for the new season.
The true end of the Tiang Valley was not the flood coming. It was when these people would go their separate ways. At the last possible moment, I saw them as a community. No matter what happens, I will carry the memory of these people into the next season. The Grey Hand arrived. He had what he called passports for everyone. He said they were supposed to have a photo, but that his camera was broken and he wanted to use mine. I saw in these little papers the beginning of a new world. He asked me if I could help him. I had only one moment to decide.
I didn't think much of the options and outcomes given to me and quickly pressed yes, thinking it was the right thing to do. I saw nothing helpful coming out of saying no.
I said, yes. The Grey Hand thanked me. He gave me a pin and told me their new name would be Floral Path. The monk said he felt like driving all night.
I didn't anticipate much more of the game after the night with the monk and thought the game would have ended, so I was interested to see what needed to be done.
Closely. The road behind you leads to the coast. There's an old warning system on the beach. An emergency light that can be seen from the other side of the ocean. You can warn the rest of the world about the change of season. All you have to do is turn it on. It was built to survive anything. I'm sure it still works. Do you understand? I've been thinking about that all night. I have this idea to turn my van into a shrine. For every sermon I preach, I'll listen to 10, and you will remember everything. You will survive everything. Rest transparent in the spirit that gives you rise. Farewell.
I make my way to the grand colossal lights. And I find a purple man in a deep slumber beside me. I wonder who he is and what he has to say.
Hello. I love you. Ice cream.
No problems.
What this do?
Hmm?
You turn them on? Aha! I think wrong. It's not for sport. Ah, my village. I draw the life. You see? You? Safe village. So. Nice village. It's weird, no? I have weird. Public lizard. For everyone. No. Haha. I say I live home. My mother no cry goodbye. Your mother? Ah, strong mom. Morning I leave. I go far, far, alone, long time. I leave home.
I feel as though a majority of people would
Why
choose the
not?
second answer like myself, and we were almost pushed to choose this answer. Regardless of this, it is the correct answer.
Ubamnegeo se giallo. Why not? Same. Look at crab now. I see. I like it. I draw. What you like? Night bird. Sound.
I heard a lot of music on my trip, but never saw anybody playing it. Just instruments, recordings, echoes.
Good. Here? 3 days together. Friend now. Sad that I go. Cute kid. Now, here together. We are same.
I'm now confident I'm at the end of the game. I complete what I believe to be my last journal page and prepare the season lights.
The lights sent out a warning to the other side of the world. I wondered if anyone was watching. I wondered if anyone remembers what it means. This season is over. My new friend is sailing home in the morning. I've decided to go with him. I feel so scared and so relieved at the same time. I can't think straight. Before sailing into the unknown, I checked in on my journal, my letter to the future.
I was glad the game gave me the opportunity to go over my journal before the end, as I wanted to go over each page and express any thoughts or final feelings I had off the pages. Looking back at this page, this was very poorly made, and I clearly grew as I gained experience. I like the colour expressed on this page, but there's too much writing, and the page feels like discoherent thoughts. Discoherent? I'm not too sure. This page was a required one by the game, but I did like the 3 pictures and their format on the right. It was a template I would use again in later pages. I like the layout of this page, the postcard in the corner and the little Polaroids of goats. I consider this an okay page. I tried using my stamps in a more creative manner, to little success. The sketch is the strongest piece here and carries the page. This is also an okay page. This is the first time you're seeing this place, as I did not record any of the area. This page is also okay, and upon second thought, I did not make as many pages as nice as I had remembered. I love the colour expressed in the botanic purple and the contrasted yellow. The bridge of imagery. This is a stronger page. Upon seeing this page, I really liked it. I reused the 3 misshapen format before on the cow Polaroids, and I really enjoyed the first impression it gives. I really enjoyed what I did with the left page, but I'm upset at the lackluster right side. We'll rate the left side of this page only, and consider this a good page. I was happy to be using my stamps on the pages in a more unique way, and consider this a top 3 page. The layout and bordering is good, the symmetry on the left page is almost really good. It's a good page. I went overboard with the purple borders here, but I really like the look. They take over the page and give it life it wouldn't have otherwise. This is more of an information page, and I don't like being reminded of the found footage song, so we'll skip over this one. As you can see, purple quickly became the star colour of the journal, and it's understandable. It looks really pleasing on the right page. The left, I can admit, does need a little bit of work. I still feel confident in my choice to now explore more into the God of Forgetting. Yeah, this is a top 3 page. Despite not being in the video, I explored this place with Kochi, and I like the tree stamps I got from this page. Even the merging pages with the root stamps at the top centre. This page flows really well, and I remember putting the fencing in front of the statue to give it some 3D effect and realism. The stamps on this were also very nice. Yeah, this is my favourite page. As you saw, some of the stamps got moved, but the stamp in the bottom right of Kochi is my favourite, and I just think it's missing one more piece of colour on the top right of the left page, but I really like this page. This is also a top 3 page, and can push one of the others out the rankings. This has lovely scenery, and it looks pretty. The stamp you see in the bottom left was used to make the hedging at the top right. I really enjoyed the idea, and it doesn't look too bad. It's a good page. The stamps they're little and they're not really the focus. This page feels like the arts and home of Matiora. I would have liked her singing to be the focus of this page. I found out that I can listen to Matiora's song while showing these pages, so here we are. The stamps for this page were strong, and I even made a border for my Polaroid of one. The top right stamp is also very nice, and they definitely carry this page. Yeah, the top left style I made looks good, and the colours, they look great on this page. I quite like the contrast both sides have, and this is a top 5 page. I enjoyed the experience I had with this god, as it gave me the opportunity to see my mother once more. It gave us reassurance and was a mental boost. I have no particular thoughts on the page. I like this page. A lot of the lights are good, and the monk and Van sit well. If I had to change anything, I would move all the text to the bottom and the imagery at the top, and it would look really nice. This page, I like this page a lot. It's the end game. It's a more unique page, and it's got a different colour to every other page. The sky hue was unique and to my liking, so I took a lot of pictures. And the picture of a new friendship is the main part of this page. It may also be the only picture of myself in my journal. And that was the last page. I believe this is goodbye from me. And I hope this video remains for the future's eyes.
The memory I'll lose is the one we're forming right now. I want you to have it forever. We're standing here. You're having a last taste of home. Now you're protected by lost memories.
In the light, in the pattern of the surface of the water, I felt the god of forgetting wrap their arms around me. A wave of amnesia. But when they opened their mouth, I heard my mother's voice instead. I step into the next season with my mind intact. But what about everyone else? The masses of the world without a pendant, without their mother's voice in their ear. I read through my journal, knowing it might be the only record left of their lives, of this departed season. I have to remember for everyone. It was a season to collect and to let go, to sort through dreams, visions, and memories, all of which may have just been washed away. I don't know what might have been gained by this. I can only show you what was lost. This is part of the history of our world. I discovered the Grey Hands planned to remove the haunted quality of the season with a prayer. That prayer must have been for people to forget, to erase some of the world's memory. I hope what I recorded in my journal helps you cut through the fog of amnesia, to understand how the season changed. I'll continue taking measure of the world, even if I never make it to a palace of art and memory. No matter where you're reading this, I offer you my journal and the lives inside it. If anything in here escapes from the page into the world, let it be one sentence. Just a few words you heard from a traveler on a bicycle. When at the end of the evening, she turned to you and said, "It is not too late."
How to leave home for my daughter. Find a sacred square of earth. Lay down so you have the dirt at your back. Close your eyes. Close everything. Do you see for yourself? You see for the dead, for the unborn. Do you listen for yourself? You listen for the dead, for the unborn. Your ancestors are in that dirt. All the living and all the dead are holding you up. Now stand. They're still there, aren't they? It's time to move, to entangle yourself everywhere with everyone. So the next time you lay down in the dirt, you will have so much more to tell them.